Welcome everyone, it's Mike from Chess Lifestyle, and today we are training 67 minutes because we have officially hit 4,000 subscribers, the big 4K. So somehow we've gotten there, despite doing very little in the way of effort to actually grow the brand. But I guess these degenerate late night streams on a frequent basis are having their effect. And indeed, Bob, we are back to the tough hours. Yeah, we are training 67 minutes today because my sleep schedule's already ruined. So, oh my god, we've already had a 6-7 meme. You know, it did cross my mind, and then I blissfully forgot. And then I can't even ban you because you're a mod, Jan. Am I allowed to ban mods? Man of culture. Jesus Christ. We do not. I don't know. I recently hung out with a friend who tried to convince me that the 6-7 meme is actually now conquered by us Gen Zs and millennials. So we're making it uncool, which is actually kind of cool. So yeah, that's something. But to answer Jan's question, well, not a question, statement that I'm not a Soviet talent. We shall find out soon enough, because today I was sent a YouTube video for me to go through and test myself, and also time myself to see how I do on these former Soviet Union talent school exercises. So I thought, okay, there should be enough time for Woodpecker as well as doing this exercises. So I guess while I solve them, if you don't want to listen to my explanations, you're welcome to mute me for 3 minutes, and then we can discuss the answers together. So I've been told that I should try and keep track of like how much time I use. But yeah, let's give it a go. So too bad it's a terrible starting hand. Yeah, 6-7 is not great. Chess lifestyle in the big 26. What does that mean? Like 2026? You know, the Soviet Union does not exist anymore. I'm surprised that I know that because I know very little about history in the world. Okay, the world I know a fair amount about, but anyway, let's have a go at this.
Students, welcome back. In this lesson, you're going to have an opportunity to test your natural talent, your natural aptitude for chess. I have chosen 3 specific exercises that I'm going to give you the instructions. I'm going to tell you how much time you need to solve them in order to pass the...
This 10-second one is going to be such a meme. I'm calling it now. It's going to be such a meme. I realized that I'm actually blocking some of the screen, so maybe I should move myself to the other side. 1 sec. Oh god, didn't mean to move that. Okay, let's try that. Okay.
Test. And it is good that you have fun with them, try to solve it in that amount of time, but ultimately these exercises are meant to help you practice and improve on specific skills that you need in order to be a better chess player. So have fun with them, but even if you cannot get them in the amount of time that I tell you, try to still keep working on them until you find the answer.
For the record, what does that Rex mean? Like Rex under 6 mistakes? Does it mean you can have like 5 guesses? What does this mean? Arif can't be bothered.
Try to still keep
Classic.
working on them until you find the answer. These exercises were used in many of the talent schools in the former Soviet Union. And even though they have been adopted in many schools around the world and they have been changed, I think there's a lot that they have to offer. It is well known that the Soviet School of Chess offered a lot of great chess players, and one way or another they had to go through these exercises in order to be accepted into such school. So I'm going to do the following. I'm going to show you the 3 different exercises. I'm going to tell you what you have to do for each one of them. Then once you work on them, you're going to see on the second part of the video the answer to each one of the exercises. Here you have to do this exercise in less than 3 minutes. That's considered okay. If you do it in less than a minute, that's considered Excellent. So this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to bring the knight from b1 to c1. But this is the trick. This queen is never going to move, so it's just you moving the knight with the white pieces, and you cannot put the knight on any square.
So for the record, I'm actively trying not to solve it as he's speaking, because obviously I could cheat and just start thinking already, but I'm trying not to, right?
It's attacked by the queen. And of course, you cannot capture the queen either. So your job is to bring the knight from here to here. You have to find a maneuver to do that. And of course, you cannot move the pieces. So do it in your head. You have to find a way to get the knight there. Hint, it's going to take you at least 9 knight moves. If you're able to do this in less than 3 minutes, great. If you do it in less than a minute, excellent. Now, for those of you who think this is too easy and you want to take it to the next level, you actually could do the following. Once you find a way to get to c1, then you should continue to the next square that is not attacked by the queen, like e1. Then you need to find a way to get from e1 to f1. Then from f1 to get to h1. Then you have to find a way to...
What is this puzzle? Like, just give me one thing to do and I'll do it. But okay,
go
fine.
all the way to the next rank, a2.
Jesus Christ, I'm not doing all of that. I'm just gonna solve it to c1. Okay, so
a2
hold on.
get to c2.
Let's finish this explanation.
E2, from e2 get to g2, and then go to h2, go all the way to a3, and do all of these available squares all the way up to g8. So again, guys, before you start, your job is to get from here to here, and again, the black pieces are not going to move. It's just you using your knight without moving the pieces. So the next exercise.
Okay, so what do you guys think? Should I watch through all of this? I mean, how, like, he explains... Oh, I don't know. Are we actually gonna... Okay, I'm gonna go straight to the solution, so... I guess we should just solve it already. So, okay, 3 minutes. I've got a timer right here, so I'm gonna use it. I swear to God, if this is a waste of time, I'm gonna kill Arjun Paida for making me do this, because I actually thought it'd be actual chess positions, not this kind of bullshit. But okay, 3 minutes. Your time starts now. Well, this isn't going well. Okay, found it. So that's 45 seconds. So let me see if I can even remember what I saw. So I was trying to work backwards, and then I worked a bit forwards. Or what's the best way to do this? Like, maybe I just use my cursor? So, okay, the point is that knight a3, knight b5, knight c7 is, like, forced, right? There's literally no other route to reach knight c7. Then we've got some options, right? And then from the square c1, we can go, like, to e2, g3, and then we've got some options, but h5 isn't useful because these two squares are covered by the queen. So we know that e2 to g3 to f5. And then if we've got f5 and we've got c7, then we just have to go... what was the bloody route? I promise you I had it because I calculated the whole knight path, but to retain that is another question. See, I'm losing track of where the freaking knight was. Here. So clearly I'm not a Soviet talent. Yeah, that's it, right? E2 to G3 to F5 to E7 to C8. No, not to C8. What am I... For fuck's sake. It was C7, right? It was C7. Why am I tripping? I literally had it. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to remember the path. Like... I should have just drawn it out once I had it. This is a load of shite. Yeah, now I can't see it. So great experiment. Great experiment. I literally had the path and now I can't see it. So, ah man, what did I see? I'm so annoyed. Yeah, isn't it this way? C7 to E6 to here. No, man, that's not it. I am not a Soviet fucking genius. I actually had it though. That's the cancerous thing. I actually had the root. I swear to God, I should have just said it. Yeah, I just saw the root again. So okay, A3 to B5 to C7 to A6 to B8 to C6 to here to here to here to here to here to here to here. Right? That's it. But I mean, like, I saw the root, and then it's so hard to like put it into words. I don't know. You just run with an item, and you you get it. So okay, I got it in 44 seconds. I'm counting that. I'm counting that 'cause I 100% saw that. I just couldn't repeat it because, as Jan says, I'm an old woman suffering from dementia. But that was not 9 moves. That's fair play. But my route was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 44 seconds and 13 moves. I don't see what use this is. This is god awful. I hate this already. Okay, let's move to the second exercise, which apparently we only have 10 seconds for. So let's hear what this is all about.
So the next exercise is going to be the following. It's going to be a little bit tricky, and this is the only one where you have to do a little bit of extra work because it's going to
Okay, actually let me see what people were saying in chat. So for anyone tuning in right now, basically Arjun sent me this link to a Rob Ramirez video on exercises from a former Soviet Union talent school and said that I should do this and time myself. So far, I see it as a complete waste of time, and I'm never gonna open a link from Arjun ever again. But we'll see. Maybe it can redeem itself in the next 2 exercises. So let's wait and see. And what are people saying? Did people get this? Yeah, okay. Jan repeated the question. So it was basically, can you get the knight to C1 without ever crossing the path of the queen? And I'm realizing now that probably the shorter route is probably A3, C2, E1, F3. Oh, God knows. God knows. Oh, wait. And then H2, F1, G3, E2, C1. So yeah, we didn't actually have to go around the whole board. So what? How many moves is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I found the 9 moves. I'll put 9 moves after rant. It took me ranting about this exercise before I could find it in 9. Okay, so let's do exercise 2 together. This is worse than woodpecker method. So if this was a troll from Arjun sending this to me, then congratulations, you've successfully trolled me. Because this is a waste of time.
So the next exercise is going to be the following. It's going to be a little bit tricky, and this is the only one where you have to do a little bit of extra work because it's going to consist in the following. I'm going to show you a specific position. You're going to look at it for 10 seconds, and then the idea is that I'm going to make it disappear. And you're supposed to reconstruct it on a chessboard.
So fuck me. Okay, let's have a laugh. Let's have a fucking laugh. Alright, let's board editor. This is gonna be okay. You know what? Let me go to. Let's create it on an actual study so the board's a bit bigger. Yeah, let me just use this chapter. Okay. And let's go board editor. Oh, but it's still a small board. Is this smaller than the normal board editor board? Let me see. Okay, that's slightly bigger. Let's just recreate it on this. Okay. Go on then. Let's do
The
this.
chessboard at home, great, just have it next to you, and when you look at the position and I take it away, try to recreate it on that board. If you don't have a board at home, you can go to any website like lichess.org, and they have an analysis board that you can use to recreate the position. But that's what it's going to be. Even if you don't want to do it now, just know that you can come back to this video and try to do it at home. So get ready, the screen is going to get black
Okay.
now, and when it comes back on, you're going to have that position. After 10 seconds, it's going to be removed, and then you can actually do the exercise. Here you have it, guys. So that you know at a specific point,
Okay, let's recreate that. So okay, I think it's something like this. And then I think it's something like this. Something like this. Fuck. Queen, knight. Was it something like this? Shit, I didn't even count the material. I was just trying to remember where the pieces were. That's a weird ass position like this. Is there a rook on h8? Something like this? The material's not even at all. I feel like I've got like there's something wrong over here. Knight, knight, bishop, rook. Knight, rook, rook, queen. I wish I knew the material. I didn't count. This is definitely wrong. This is definitely wrong. It's not far off though. Somehow there's something slightly different about these pieces. Maybe there was no rook on c1. Or maybe... Was that the position? Or maybe it was like... Maybe it was like this or something. Was that it? I guess the material's a little bit closer now, but still it's massively in white's favour. Maybe I've got the rooks wrong. Maybe there's a rook like on c8 or some shit. And then I'm missing like a bishop somewhere. Could there have been like a bishop here or something? Maybe there's like an extra piece around here. Ah, actually, Lord knows. Lord fucking knows. Unless it was like the other way round. Surely I would have remembered if the pawn was like pressuring these knights, right? Something like this. I'm probably way off. Although this is looking a bit better. At least like material is closer to even, but white has a tremendous number of pawns. So maybe I'm just capping with like one of these extra pieces. I don't know why I want to make the material even. I didn't even get to count the material. It's something like this. Oh man. Is that here? Does that look better? This feels off. This feels off. Something about the center feels off. I think that'll be my final answer. Screw it. That'll be my final answer. Okay, let's find out. Let's find out. What does he say?
This same exercise was used in an experiment where they showed it.
Seema with the common Michael, mate and 6. Not even a
different-
fucking point. Good evening, Josh. How's it going? I'm curious, did anyone actually
player. They showed it to the whole
get this position off by heart?
Dr.
Perfect.
Max Yu, I think that's how you pronounce the last name. They showed it to a chess master, Adrian de Groot.
Okay, I gotta
They
speed this
showed
guy
it
up.
to a local
Jesus
chess
Christ.
champion in Deutschland, and they showed it to a club player. And these were the results. The world champion, he actually got a perfect score, not one mistake. The chess
Classic. Okay. Are they with the perfect score?
master, he actually added an extra pawn. He put everything perfect, but he put an extra pawn.
Ah,
as well.
shit.
The local champion, he actually forgot one bishop, and he misplaced one of the rooks. And the club player, he actually only got 6 pieces correct. Now, in
Okay. Let's see if we get 6 pieces correct. Oh boy.
order for you to pass this specific exercise, you had to have less than 6 mistakes. So please, I like to give the stats of my students, so I would appreciate if you actually leave me a comment and you tell me what you got at the end. The final exercise is very similar.
Okay, should we have a look? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. This is gonna be embarrassing. Okay, let's have a look. Oh yeah, it's very bad. It's very bad. So I got more than 6 pieces correct, but my rook is slightly misplaced. It should be on d1. I just added an extra knight over here. Which, to be honest, I mean, I didn't think this looked correct. But here we go. So how many mistakes did I make? I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think 8 mistakes total for this one, and then the rest was correct. But, you know, that's classic. I mean, okay. 8 mistakes. The annoying thing as well is that I'm not even going to be satisfied with the completion of this, because all I'm going to find out is that I'm not a Soviet talent, and I don't have a place to put myself on the scale. Do pawns count? Of course they do. Bring back the Grandmaster painting from Dylan. Yeah, we should. You know, Dylan's got a book being published with some of his paintings. I think I don't know when it's coming out, but should be coming out at some point. They did this chess position memorization in the TV program Chess Masters. I was pretty good at it then. Crazy. Do you watch this visualization exercise? Absolutely. I agree. I'm in the same boat, Faz. I'm in the same boat. Okay, let's see if we can redeem ourselves with this. This last one.
So please, I'd like to give, at this time, you have to students, so I would appreciate if you actually leave me a comment and you tell me what you got at the end. The final exercise is very similar to the one you had before. At this time, you have to...
Wait, if I got 8 wrong, how many did I get correct? So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16 correct, 8 wrong. So that adds up to 24. Are there 24 pieces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 20, 23. Bro, I can't even count to 24. What fucking hope do I have? Honestly, fuck it. This is a bunch of stupid ass questions. Okay, let's do this next one.
Actually bring the knight from a1 to b1. Then you're going to actually go from b1 to c1, and just like that all the way until you get to h1. And again, you cannot put the knight on any of the squares attacked by any of the pawns. And of course, you cannot capture the pawn. So just like the one before, the black pieces are not going to move. It's just you using your knight going around these pawns. You cannot move to any of these squares that are attacked, and of course, you cannot get the pawns. Now I'm going to show you the first one. So for this one, you're supposed to go to b1, right? So you could go knight c2, knight a3, knight b1. So 1, 2, 3. So that's the one. Then you have to find a way to get from here to here. Then how you get from here to here, and so on. So remember, guys, you're not supposed to move the pieces. Do it in your head. And for those of you who want to take it to the next level, once you get it all the way to h1, you could then get to the next rank. So you find a way
Who would want to do this to the next level?
C2, then to F2, then to H2, you go to the next rank and try to access each one of the squares on the board
Such a
that are
fucking
not
waste of time.
tapped by the pawns. And of course, the ones the pawns are not on. For this one, if you're going to do it up to H1, you're supposed to do it in less than 3 minutes. If you're going to take it all the way through the different squares available over the board, you're supposed to do it in less than 6 minutes. So have fun, guys. Here you have the last exercise. And once you pause the video and you find it, I'm going to be the next thing is going to be for me to
Okay.
show the answers with you. So make sure that...
Okay, fine. So 3-minute timer. Let's begin. The thing is, what do I do? Because I can see the whole path to H1, and then I'll literally forget the path once I've done it. So do you want me to do it with a mouse? Or maybe for this one I'll speak out loud and I'll use a timer. So, okay, if you want to try this yourself, feel free to mute me for the next couple minutes. Okay, the time starts now. So, okay, we've got knight A1 to knight C2 to knight B1. And then we have to go back to A3 to C2 to B4 to D3 to C1. And then... his fucking mouse is putting me off because... okay. How do we get to D1? Yeah, so then we can go B3 to A5 to C4 to E3 to D1. Then we can go F2, D3, E1. And then we probably have to go back D3, F2, G4, E3, F1. And then it's probably that similar pattern again. Where was it? Yeah. Fuck, I lost it again. How the fuck do we get to G1? Yeah, then we go E3, G4, F2, H3, G1. And then H3, F2, H1. Okay, 59 seconds. 59 seconds. Ah, Jesus. But that's the thing. I could do this in my head, and then no one would believe me, right? It's so fucking stupid. I'd forget the path as soon as I'd done it. Okay, fine. 59 seconds. So, okay.
Before you get to the next part of the video, that you actually had the time to work on these exercises. So like I said before, for this one, there's not really an answer. But what I wanted to say is that many of the players who have actually gotten it perfect, they say the same thing. That they look at the chess pieces when they look at these positions, they look at them as groups. The full champion, he actually said that he looked at the king and the pieces defending it as a group. So it was easier for him to see, to remember that in the other pieces. He's trying to remember what each one of them is doing. Like this pawn is protecting the pawn, that was a rook protecting the pawn and the bishop. So that's going to help you remember it better. Now for this one, this is the way that you do it. You're going to go knight, and remember, I'm not going to move the pieces now. I'm going to move it after, but let's try to do it without moving the knight. So you're going to go knight 3, knight 2, knight 1, knight 3, knight 2.
To be fair, I was pretty small brain with this one because he even gave a clue that it'd been 9 moves, and yeah, I still decided to take the long route round. Like I should have probably guessed that. Yeah, there's like a shorter route.
Then knight g3, knight 2, and then knight c1. So again, knight 3, knight c2, knight 1.
Oh my god, I can't. How many minutes has the stream been?
Go to g3, e2, and c1. So here we go.
Wait a sec. Let me get this open. Oh my god. Have I actually wasted 20 minutes of my life doing this shit? I'm actually so pissed off. I swear to God, I'm gonna send a freaking essay to Arjun complaining about the fact that I just did this.
Now guys, if you found a different route, then feel free to share with me in the comments. Okay, the answer to this one, since it is so long, I'm not going to do it in our head first, so I'm just going to get to it. So if you want to get from A1 to B1, I already told you to go knight c2, knight 3, knight b1. Now to get
brilliant.
C2, I can when people find it bored, and I'll see you in the next lesson.
Oh my god, what a waste of time! What a waste of time! I'm like this close to just being like, I'm gonna just block Arjun on WhatsApp because I swear to God, I've never wasted more time in my life than doing this. Oh my god. I mean, what is? I mean, okay, great. You can see some patterns with the pieces. Like, what has that got to do with anything? Literally anything. Nah, terrible. Okay, well, on that lovely note, Woodpeck is actually going to be even better. So, I wish it was jealousy, Arab. It's just like I just feel like I just wasted my life doing this. So I'd rather do something that's actually useful for me. I assume that it'd be like some interesting positions that like are testing like, oh, does this Soviet kid have some tactical talent or positional talent or some level of creativity? But this is just like, these are just these freaking IQ test mind puzzles that are like great. I'm sure it proves like some like level of intelligence, but it's nothing to do with being good at chess. Yeah, well, what is Josh saying about this Sephiroth Chessville course? Does he? I mean, how can he make the same comments in a Chessville course? Faz reckons they're underrated. That's crazy. I don't know. We're very different players then. Very, very different players. I'm definitely a pragmatist. Oh, wait, seriously? Why is it saying one new? Where's the new exercise? Is this the new one? Why are new ones being added? You know what? We fell for this trap last time. Not again. Let's just move on with our normal stuff. Okay, let's read Josh's rant. He takes an interlude to show off how good he is at memorizing a position blind. Like, okay, it's just a party trick. It's a course on calculation. Right. So that's the thing. Actually, this party trick phrase is actually something from Argard. Argard also says that like, or was it Rowson? It's either Rowson or Argard. One of them says like, you know, this blindfold calculation is more of a party trick than something you actually need. But I think it's really dependent on the player. Like if the player can actually make use of it, like some players, they like to just close their eyes and they can see the board and they can calculate easier in their brain than looking at the pieces on the board. But I think that's just such superhuman shit that, I don't know, like some people can do it, but it's just like, unless you're able to do that, then I don't see any benefit of like trying to improve at this aspect. I mean, what is useful is actually being able to visualize like without moving the pieces. That's a useful exercise. But to actually just see the whole board in your brain and memorize where all the pieces move, I mean, it's very useful if you've got that ability, but like otherwise it's just completely pointless to work on it. That's my take. But okay, let's get into some intermediate exercises. And God, I can't believe I'm actually looking forward to solving some real chess. That if that was your goal, Arjun, it worked. That's crazy. That's crazy. So okay, thank God we have a normal position. Queen rook rook bishop knight against queen rook rook bishop knight. Let's get the Zelda music back on. God, that was scary. That was scary. So queen rook rook bishop knight, 7 pawns against queen rook rook bishop knight and 7 pawns. What tension do we have in the position? We've got tension on g2, tension on e3, tension on b4. White's got pressure on h7, a6. Minority attack happening on the queen side. And we've got great attacking prospects with like queen g5 in the air, with knight f3 in the air, bishop h3 in the air. Looks very promising. Actually, bishop h3 looks extremely strong, right? Due to this pawn takes knight fork. So okay. Any x-rays? Yes, we've got x-ray to the knight. And then loose pieces, loose queen. That's about it. Oh, loose rook. Okay, so what checks captures threats? So checks, we've got knight f3. Captures, we've got knight g2. Threats, we've got either bishop h3 or queen g5. Okay, so let's go one by one. So starting with check. Knight f3 check, pawn takes. Could try queen g5, but they could always block knight g3 or go king h1. Knight f3, pawn takes, bishop h3. They can move that rook. And then on queen g5, they can still block knight g3. Which is quite annoying. So okay, what about knight takes g2? Knight takes g2, king takes g2. Not too sure. So okay, what about threats? Queen g5. Maybe they can block knight g3. They can't play king h1 though because queen g2 is mate. So knight g5. They can't play g3 because of knight f3. So queen g5, knight g3. Maybe now bishop h3 is still an idea. Because yeah, actually, if bishop h3 immediately, then you potentially have knight f4. But then after knight f4, then queen g5, right? And that still looks very promising. Because there's no knight takes h3 due to queen g2. So what's the move order here? Are we going bishop h3, queen g5, or queen g5, bishop h3? Probably one is better than the other due to a very specific resource. Queen g5 is the bigger threat. So how can we actually survive that? They've either got knight f4 or knight g3. Queen g5, knight g3, bishop h3 just transposes though. So queen g5. If knight f4, then knight f3 with a fork. That was the original idea I had anyway, and then I forgot. So queen g5, knight g3 is forced, and then maybe this bishop h3 is just good. Whereas if we start with bishop h3, do they have options? I'm still triggered that Arjun wasted my time. I'm still mad. Ooh, maybe bishop h3, knight f4, queen g5. Maybe they got f3 here. No, we don't have f3 because... Oh, but knight takes f3, now there's rook takes f3. So maybe that's the defense. So as a result, we need queen g5 first because knight f4 can be met by knight f3. So I think this is the correct move. Oh, I hate attacking chess. I hate it. How does that make any sense? How does this make any sense? Why is queen g5 wrong? Why is queen g5 wrong? I'm literally threatening mate in 1. They cannot push the g pawn because of knight f3. Queen g5? What can we do? The only move is knight g3. And then bishop h3. So actually, I'm so confused. Bishop h3 first. Why did I think knight g3 was an option? Because there I can just take bishop takes g2. I don't know. So clearly, I'm calculating while emotionally compromised, and therefore I can't see shit, which is classic. So, what? Bishop h3? What was I even confused about? I don't even get it anymore. Did I think knight f4 was a problem? Yeah, maybe that was the problem. I thought bishop h3, knight f4, and on queen g5 that was f3, right? That was my issue. Whereas queen g5 first, knight g3, I thought I had bishop h3 here. But the problem there is they can still go f3. So I just didn't get this one at all. So on bishop h3, knight f4. Oh, fuck my life. Bishop h3, knight f4, there must be a win, but I don't see it. Oh, God. Bishop h3, knight f4. I'm looking at knight f3 if pawn takes queen g5. Just king h1 though. Bishop h3, knight f4. Queen g5 is just f3, so what did I miss? Oh, God knows. God knows. Bishop h3, knight f4. What is the move? Bishop h3, knight f4. Why is it not just bishop takes g2? Because the knight can't take because of knight f3. Did I just miss that? Bishop h3, knight f4. I just go bishop takes g2. Oh, God. Oh, God. It's just looking at your damn forcing moves, even though you have no intuition. Queen c2. What is that? Like, I'm really not bothered about this move. I guess the idea is just to get out of a fork though. I guess that's the point. But then surely bishop takes g2 is already enough. I'd be so surprised if bishop takes g2 is not enough there. Oh, God. I just want to play bishop takes g2, man. Ah, that's so annoying. That's so annoying. So, I'm pretty sure we saw the refutation of queen g5. It was just knight g3, bishop h3, and then f3. I saw... Oh, f3's not working. Oh, of course it isn't, because the knight's not defending on f4. So f3 doesn't work, but f4 does. So that's the difference. I don't know. So what, queen g4? And the point is now, like, knight f3, I guess, is not working after this with giving up too much material back. Yeah, so queen g4, we just take on h3. Yeah. Yeah, bishop h3. I just didn't see that after knight f4 I've got bishop g2. But wow, I'm really surprised that this is also working. I guess it's for the same reason, right? On f3, maybe we can still do this. No, because then we don't have a fork. So how is bishop g2 winning here? Just knight g2. Oh, is it just compensate? Is it just like... I don't get it. Knight g2, queen g2? Oh, queen e3 and you pick up the loose bishop. Okay. Oh, man. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, Woodpecker sucks as well. Chess training fucking sucks. I just wanna play. It's just so bad. It's just so bad. Let me catch up on some chat to fucking cure my brain. What's this? So Fat says, in my early 20s and before COVID, I found it easier to visualize in my head rather than over the board because seeing the piece was distracting my pattern recognition. That's crazy, Fast. That's crazy. I swear to God, if I had a power like that, I wonder how much stronger I would be, or if I would just be the same level. I really don't know. I really don't know. Josh says, I mean, I'm 100% sure you can train the skill, but it's just as unhelpful as improve a calculation recommendation. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure I understand the link there because I feel like improving your calculation technique and then training lots of positions to improve your calculation is useful. Maybe I'm misunderstanding your statement. Yeah, I guess to me it's like if you could improve that skill to a point where it can actually be stronger than your calculation with the pieces on the board, then sure, do it. But if it's never going to be as strong, then there's no point because you've always got an alternative method that's just better. It's like, I don't know, like there's so many things in chess where you could like train something that's like at least a lesser optimal meta. But sure, you can train it to get it close to being as good. But it's just not useful if you're not going to make use of it because there's an alternative that's just better. It's called Chess Lifestyle, not Complain Lifestyle, as Arav is literally complaining with that comment. The irony is unbelievable. Bishop h3, knight f4, bishop g2, Bob with the solution. Congrats. Yeah, I agree, Josh. Visualization is like so much more than just disconnected memory test. And Bob gets it as well. Queen g5, knight g3, bishop h3, f4, fantastic. Beautiful. Michael's not gonna be happy when he realizes what he missed. Damn straight about that. Welcome Prabhat to the stream as well. Bishop h3, knight f4, bishop g2, yes. Yeah, did not see bishop g2. Right, let's see if we can do better. Okay, next one. Several lines might win slowly, but the easiest is... Okay. So we got rook, knight, and 5 pawns against rook, knight, and 5 pawns. We got tension on the knight, tension on the g7 pawn. Rook is diagonal away from the knight. Our knight is in like checking distance to their king. X-rays. I don't know. Nothing jumps out. And then what about... loose pieces. We've got a loose rook on f7, loose rook on c6. Some pressure on this knight that's only defended by the king, which is promising. Loose pawn. Loose pawn, loose pawn, loose pawn. Loose pawn. So, oh, there goes chat. Okay, so what checks captures threats? So checks, we've got rook f6, we've got knight f5. What captures do we have? We've got rook takes g7. What threats do we have? Maybe if there's some way to mate. I don't know, like rook f8 or something. Maybe king f5 as well, like could be threatening knight g4 or something. That's about it in terms of threats that I can see. Maybe rook f5, threatening like rook takes knight, if that does something. So okay, let's begin with our checks. So rook f6, they can take it in multiple ways. Knight takes the simplest with check. So not rook f6. Knight f5, they can either go king g6 or king h7. If king h7, we just go king takes h5. They do have g6. No, they don't, because their pawn is pinned. Fine. So knight f5, king g6 is forced. And then we can go knight e7 check. King takes f7, knight takes c6. But then they can move their knight. So we're not winning the knight at the end of that line. So knight f5, king g6. Maybe we just go rook takes g7, because if knight takes g7, then we've got knight e7, king f7, knight c6. And there, what, we're up 2 pawns? That's a winning endgame. So knight f5, king g6, rook g7. What alternative? So knight f5, king g6, rook g7. They can also play king f6. But there we can go king takes h5, and on king takes f5, I think we can go rook g5 check. If they go to the 6th rank, we can give rook g6 check, take their rook, and even if they manage to take back, we've got a winning pawn endgame. So knight f5, king g6, rook g7, king f6. King takes h5, king takes f5, rook g5, king f4. Fuck me, what's the move? e3 check allows king f3, which I really don't want to allow. Knight f5, king g6, rook g7, king f6. There must be something simple here. I could try rook g6 check, king takes, knight e7, king moves, knight takes c6, but it's the same position as before, but we've still got this knight endgame. Oh, it's different though, because we've won a pawn this time. I think that's actually quite simple, right? Knight f5, king g6, rook g6, king f6, rook g6, king takes g6, knight e7, king... could go to h6, protecting the knight. But still, yeah, knight takes c6, and we should have a winning knight endgame there. Up 2 pawns. So, okay, I'm pretty sure this is winning. Let's just go for it. Yeah, and let's double check that king e3, rook g6, I think is the only way to win. It's not the only way. I guess at the end of the day, you are still 2 pawns up here, but the fact that this simplification works, this is definitely the best way to play. Yeah. Okay, nice. So we saw this one pretty well. Thank God for that. So knight f5, king g6, rook g7, knight g7, knight e7, yes. Yep. Bob agrees, Proverb agrees, nice. Maybe they can try king f6 after rook g7, exactly, and then just rook g6, nice. I love the confidence of just rook g6 as well, it's really cool. Josh with the line knight f5, king g6, rook d7, knight d7, knight e7. Yes. And on knight f5, king h7, I also said king takes h5. And okay, I think Faz just misread Josh's comment then, because I don't think Josh mentioned king takes h5 in the other line. So maybe it's just a misread. Okay, let's do the next one. Khalifman against Filipov. White to play. Got queen, rook, rook, bishop, bishop, knight, 1, 3, 5, 6 against queen, rook, rook, bishop, knight, knight, 1, 3, 5, 6, 7. So black is an extra pawn. And we've got bishop pair. Their king is a bit exposed on f7. Our king is a bit exposed on c1. So, oh, I realized I haven't switched overlay. Let me switch overlay to Woodpecker. My bad. Is it that one? That one? Okay. My phone is in the way of like side of the screen. Okay. Jesus Christ! What is this cough? God. Okay. So, what tension do we have? Nothing much, actually, weirdly enough. I guess we've got pressure down this file. Maybe some ideas of this. And this also cuts into the position. Pressure on the pawn, actually. What about x-rays? Maybe x-ray over here. X-ray to the knight. Rook, x-ray over here. Okay, and then what about x-rays? We already said a couple x-rays, and then mate, I'm so done. I'm so done. What is the fucking third thing to do? Loose pieces. Loose pieces, no loose pieces. Okay, so checks, captures, threats. We got queen d7. Don't misclick something. Got queen d7 is the only check. What captures do we have? No captures. What threats do we have? We got knight h3. I guess these are potential scary looking moves that might do something. Queen d6, bishop d6, g4, f4, bishop d3, c5. I don't know. Maybe some knight move, actually, right? Maybe some knight moves to try and open up this x-ray. Okay, so actually, yeah, checks, queen d7, bishop takes, rook takes. Surely there's nothing here, just something like king e8 would be fine. Good enough. So, no captures. Let's look at our threats. Knight e4 looks very promising, actually. Hits the queen. The queen actually only has this safe square, but let's imagine they take. If they take, we take back. If they go knight f4, we can take. So we win back our piece. And what? Did we... We won a pawn as well. We won a pawn. So knight e4 looks very good. Knight e4, if they play queen d8, do we have a nice move here? Okay, let's not tunnel vision. We're close, but I can't immediately see an answer to this. So let's try knight g4. Knight g4 with the same idea of pawn takes, pawn takes. And again, we have this discovery. Again, they need to play this because bishop blocks, we just take with the rook and the pawn's defending it. So knight f4. Just pawn takes again. Looks pretty good for white. Looks pretty good. Is my assessment. Knight g4, this time they actually still only have this square. Is it something slightly different? We can't take on e5. I feel like the knight is definitely more promising on this square. Knight e4, queen d8. How do we finesse? We have this discovered attack from the rook as well, but I don't know. Knight e4, queen d8, knight g5, king f6. Knight takes e6, king takes e6. To be fair, after knight e6, they can also throw in queen takes d2, so maybe that's strong. Knight e4, queen d8, knight g5, king f6. Queen takes d8, rook takes d8. I guess rook takes d8, rook takes d8, knight takes h7 wins a pawn. Is that good enough? To be fair, knight h7, king forced back to f7, knight goes back to g5, king f6, knight takes e6, king takes e6. We do get the trade as well. Bishop pair. Having said that, we were a pawn down. So, knight e4 does look good though. I mean, let's finish off looking at our threats. Knight e3. Knight e3 threatens knight g5. Knight e3, we could just play h6 though. Doesn't feel as good. Knight e4 definitely feels like the move. Knight e4, queen d8. Don't have the move. I don't know. I don't know, ladies and gents. I do not know. Knight e4, queen d8, knight d6 maybe. King f6, maybe we can take on b7. Guess that looks okay. Let's just play it. Ah, of course. Of course. No need to show any follow-up. Knight g4, queen d8, queen c3 is still better for white. Fair enough. Knight e4, fe4. Yeah, so knight e4, queen d8, knight g5 with a winning attack. Brilliant. Winning attack with a random full stop in a bracket, because why not? I hate this book. Hate this book. Knight g5, king f6. Best move is to literally go back. Which means the point is that actually the point of knight g5 is to go to play bishop d6. I don't fucking get chess. What? So it was knight. Oh, so bishop d6 here, was it? Was I just misreading this sequence? Probably. So it was bishop d6 here. Bishop d6. What even is bishop d6? This is the dumbest follow-up. Queen c3. So queen c3 again. What about my move? Probably it's not good enough. Yeah. I mean, it's the only way I could see something tangible in this position. Literally, at least I have this position to like play for something, right? With a bishop pair. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand how this position is like plus 4 or whatever. And of course, because it's plus 4, then Axel Smith stops annotating, because it's like, oh yeah, engine's winning. So we'll just write white is a winning attack. Oh my god, I could literally be a millionaire writing a book like Woodpecker Method. It's actually crazy. It's actually crazy. And the worst part is, I feel like I'd be several thousands of pounds richer had I been allowed to call my Gurgenitsa course the Hikaru Modern, because it would have like sold so much better. But I don't know. It's like they're so inconsistent at chessboard as well. It's like you know, there's like, oh, you know, we can't ask for Hikaru's permission, we can't do it. And then the same week that they make that comment, they literally publish a course, like a Spanish course called like, you know, Hikaru's something or other. So it's just like depending on the supervisor, they'll just change their stance. It's just so I don't know. I hate working for corporations. I just wanna I don't even know. I don't want to do this. Let's try and understand Bishop d6. What? Why? Why is Bishop d6 so strong? Bishop d6 does nothing. Bishop d6, the only idea I can see is that maybe we're going to try and cement it with c5 and then slow grind with f4 or something. Is that the point? But h6 is coming or something. Yeah, it's even top move here. So, what? Bishop d6, h6. This fucking eval bar. Knight e6 only move. And if king e6, what am I missing? I don't know. Why is king e6 not a move? It's just some c5. And we're not even up material. It's just +5. This sucks. This fucking sucks. c5, like I get how it's strong, but Bishop d6. Queen c3, unguarding the knight, but apparently probably this is just lost. Oh, because of the rook, of course. Yeah, fine. So, okay, what if the queen just moves somewhere reasonable to defend here? Again, bishop d6 is like the key move to make progress. Yeah, it makes sense actually. The queen is hit this time. Fine. I mean, even the knight is defending e5. I don't know. It's not clear to me at all. Not clear to me at all. But that is attacking chess for you. Oh my god, are we having people in chat find all the correct moves here? That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, thank god I'm not playing this style of chess. Thank god. I'll say this every damn stream if I have to. But I train this to train my visualization, and then I play chess on easy mode. Like, I swear to god. Alright, I scrolled back too far. Where's the start of this analysis? Okay, I found the start. So, the start begins with Bob, yeah, knight e4. Faz then replies knight e4, queen d8 then. And then Bob just goes knight g5, king f6. So I'm glad Faz is putting up the same defense as me. Prava also saying knight g5. Faz says can't see the force win. I guess knight h7 and move the queen. Bob says knight e4, fe4, fe4, knight f4, gf4, rook h8, king g8 bothers me a bit. Interesting. Did I get up to that? I don't think I did. I think I just said this was chilling. But rook h8 indeed. And then the king runs away. Right. But bishop d6 seals the deal apparently. Let's see if that was an only move. Not an only move. We've also got fe5. That's pretty clean. Because if they take our queen... Wait, what happens there? Lord knows. Rook takes d2. Why is this like +5? Oh no, it's just +2. Okay. fe5. They take our queen. Do we take their rook or do we take their queen with our rook? With check? Probably fe5. They take our queen. Take a rook. Take the rook. I think we take the rook, right? Yeah, rook. Oh, king takes d2? And this is just equal. Huh? What is this? And c5 and it's just like approximately equal, but king takes? What's the difference here? Take with a big check. And this is the difference between 0.2 and plus 2. My god. Yeah, so this is a stupid line. So instead of fe5, bishop d6 does make more sense. King g8. I assumed fe5 would be the move. Queen c3 is kind of ridiculous. fe5 and just advantage. Ah, this was an awful puzzle. Awful fucking puzzle. That's crazy from Pravat. Probably play knight g5 and move our queen with some dangerous discovery. That was correct. Queen c3 was good. Maybe after knight e4, fe4, knight f4, gf4, rook h d8, bishop d3. I presume you meant... Oh no, maybe you did mean bishop d3 here. Bishop d3, king g8, fe5 is just good. Maybe you meant bishop d6. Yeah, okay, bishop d6. Nice. Fantastic, Bob. Congratulations. Yeah, so it looks like there's no time for a quiet move, Faz. I think bishop d6 or fe5 was the correct way to go. Found main line, let's go. Why would you ever trade queens with a king like that? I guess that's true. Maybe that's a bad instinct from me, right? I was just looking for a way to gain material at all costs. But their king is just super weak. For some reason, why did I have that feeling of trading queens? I mean, that's the logic, but yeah, I should understand that. Okay, with the king on f6, keep the queens on. Yeah, I guess so. I guess if I don't see a concrete way to attack the king, I guess I didn't feel that it's that weak. But maybe should have just kept it on. Comes with check, huge difference. So you think that extra tempo is what makes the difference? Maybe that's why then. Pravat says, I've just been trying this nightmarishly hardcore, so this feels like easy mode. To be fair, that I can completely appreciate and relate to. Yeah, I'm also trying to get some Edouard training in on Tuesdays and some Argod training in on Thursdays, right? So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I do Woodpecker. But unfortunately, yesterday I missed my Edouard training. It's completely my fault. So maybe that's why I'm not as sharp as usual. But yeah, we're putting in some work. Okay, 1 minute to go. Let's do one final one for good luck, for good measure. For 4,000 subscribers, let's do a full 67 minutes. So, okay, Khalifman against Bariev. White to play. So we've got queen, rook, rook, bishop, knight, knight. Queen, rook, rook, bishop, bishop, knight. So they got bishop pair. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They've got 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. So piece tension. We've got pressure on e7. They've got double pressure on our knight. Their bishop on g7 pressures b2. We're protecting c5, e4. X-rays on the f-file. X-rays to our e4 pawn from their queen, X-rays to a2, X-ray to our rook on a1, X-ray to their king side from the queen, X-ray to a6 from the bishop, and then loose pieces, loose queen on b7, loose queen on c2, so, what checks do we have? We got knight e7, knight f6. What captures do we have? Nothing. What threats do... Oh, we got bishop takes b5. What threats do we have? Maybe knight b6? Maybe knight g5. a4, something I'd consider in a game. Maybe knight d4. Right, so let's begin with our checks. Knight e7, queen e7. So okay, knight f6. They can take either way, just none of this works. And then there are no captures, except for bishop takes b5, a takes b5. Nothing. So okay, threats, knight b6. If they just go rook a7. c6 doesn't work, they just take a knight. Knight g5. I guess they can just go bishop takes d5, pawn takes d5, queen takes d5. Looks fine. Knight d4. Kind of the same deal, I think. Knight d4, bishop d5, pawn d5, queen d5, pawn c6. Looks okay. But maybe just like rook c8 and if c7 then knight d7, it's all fine. That's a little bit promising though. Maybe we can come back to it, but not completely filling. What about c6? Ah, shit. Just c6 and the point is like if knight takes, queen takes, knight e7. And then we get the fork. So c6, I didn't even consider that as a candidate. It's just terrible. Didn't even consider it pushing. c6, if queen takes, then just knight e7. So c6, what else can I try? Queen c8, knight e7, c6, queen a7 then is forced. And then I guess, at the very least we can push c7, knight d7 forced. Then we go knight takes e7, king h8, and with the knight on d7 it blocks the bishop, so we can actually just promote. And we're completely winning. Can you imagine putting this exercise in combination with the others? Like, I know it took me a long time, but that's just because I'm shocking at this stuff, but oh, is that the counterplay that I missed? I'm annoyed that I missed a line. That's annoying. But at least I guess we just promote. And then rook takes, queen takes, and it comes with check and we pick up the bishop, so surely that's good enough. I guess I should probably be looking out for checks. Now I suddenly see that, like, yeah, queen takes e3, but then there's always rook f2. Kind of looks like it holds up. So promote, I think it just works. Yeah. So probably should have seen that. Yeah, this is what I saw. Yeah, but promotion is just strong. Nice. Okay, let's see what people are saying. When I say training Eduard, I'm training the middle game calculation book 1. That's what I'm doing. They're pretty damn hard. I'm then doing Argard's Grandmaster preparation calculation on Thursdays. So tomorrow morning, yippee. Attacking mechanisms of classical Grandmasters sounds horrendous. But respect it, Pravat. Respect it a lot. Yeah, everyone finding c6, very nice. Okay, and people still going. Wolfman Jack, see it in 5 seconds. Congratulations. For me, these are not exercises that I'm training pattern recognition. These are exercises to train calculations, so it's obviously going to take me longer. But still, even doing methodically, I still miss c6. So that says a lot. But luckily, we play classical chess, and we're doing well. We're grinding hard. And did I mention how my chess match went on Monday? I don't think I did. So I actually drew my game against a low 2000 player. Annoyingly, he used to be like 2100 something, so it would have been nice to get some extra points, but ended up losing some points for the draw. And even more annoyingly, the team drew. So this meant that actually us drawing means that we're probably out of the title race, and we're probably likely to finish second. So it would have been really nice to pull off this underdog story and make it a really close race to the finish line, because we actually lost to this team by half a point earlier in the season, but this time we drew. But they've won all of their games except for this draw. So we've actually lost to them now twice. No, we lost once, and we've also drawn another team and then drawn them again. So we're just completely out of the race, which is frustrating. But really, my game, there was nothing much I could do. I mean, I played this Garganitsa, my opponent played a very critical line, and then he just played for the draw. And I've come to realize that if, I play these close structures, there are going to be times where my opponent can just use his extra space to take a draw if he wants. But this requires some skill, so at least, I'm not going to be drawing to 1900s. Probably 2000 is like the minimum for people to actually pull that off. And as I said, it was a pretty strong 2000. So, I mean, draw of the black pieces, you can't complain that much. So, it is what it is. But okay, wow, what a rage baiting tilting stream. Never going to open another chess video from Arjun. I will send him an essay of my frustration. The first exercise is a Karpov game, brutally hard, no words for it. If you're saying it's hard, Prabha, I don't even want to imagine how tough that was. Fastest, I had 8 opportunities to win against Glenn House, blew my chance, sorry. No worries, Faz. Glenn House is a tough nut to crack. He very rarely loses. Actually, yeah, apologies for not checking out your game yet. Just been swamped with other commitments. But I'll probably check it before bed, actually. That sounds like fun. Damn, -2 position on move 11. Yeah, if you got the win, Faz, then I think you would be Roger's favourite person in the world. But we can all blame Jack, right? For losing his game against someone that he's beaten before. Like, needed to lock in harder. It's actually when I agreed my draw, I saw that both Jamie and Jack had like really promising positions. So we really should have taken that match, but just not meant to be. Just not meant to be. So yeah, glad to hear, Josh, you got the last puzzle right. Definitely. Yeah, I've been struggling this stream as well, so they haven't been simple. But okay, thanks for tuning in. Congrats to all of us for making it to 4,000 subscribers. I mean, you guys are pretty much the OGs, so appreciate the continued support. And yeah, I will try at some point to make a video on Tata Steel. Just keeps getting pushed to the bottom of my list of things to do. And I better get some sleep at some point. So, thanks for tuning in. See you guys on Friday. Okay. Adios. Have a good night.